In this video, we'll be going over how to set up automatic emails for your clients and a little bit more of an advanced search on the Garden State MLS. So let's get started. As I showed you in the previous video, we just did a basic search using the search bar, but also from the search tab, doing a quick search to email a fast list to your client. In this video, we'll be going over a little bit more in depth of an advanced search, and again, setting them up with those automatic emails. So we'll go to the top bar to advanced search. In this video, we're just going to be focusing on residential. So we're going to click that. Now, as you can see with residential, it has a long list of things that you can end up going into. That's why it's the advanced search. At the top bar, you have search. So after you fill out all the criteria, it'll show you the results. It'll show you on the map. You can download these properties, do the property stats, 1004 MC, do a save search. So just, taking all those properties in this criteria and actually just saving it. Auto email setup, which we're going to use, and then just start over and clear all. We'll, reset the whole thing. So the first step for setting up automatic emails is to fill out the criteria. So the first thing that we start with is obviously status. And we won't be going through all of these just because, again, I know it's an advanced search, but you won't be using all of these every single time. So I won't bother going through every single thing. I think it's pretty intuitive, but we'll start with the status. So you could automatically, if you check this box, it'll take all the active, under contract, continue to show, under contract, and sold properties. This is just essentially everything. But for what I think is important to show our client, it's going to be all the active properties, which include the properties in attorney review. And if you want, you can do under contract, continue to show, just because that property has higher chance of actually coming on the market, and maybe you do want to show that to your client. But if we're doing automatic emails just for a client that's looking to purchase a home, these might be the good ones to do. You could also do an automatic email setup with property sold if you're looking to show like a potential seller what the property is going to be worth and just hitting them with every time a property sold in that market. You might also want to do that with a potential buyer if they're interested in an area. Let them know where the property values are, but for the most part, you're going to stick to the properties that are active and under contract to continue to show. Under the status, you click county. And for this video, we'll just be doing Essex County because I know that county fairly well. So the next one, you have town. We'll assume we have a client that's looking specifically in Belleville, Bloomfield. Let's try Glen Ridge. Maybe Montclair as well. You don't have to put in town code. We already have all these towns. It would just be if we didn't want to select them in the previous thing, you could put the town code. Say that, sure, why not? We're looking for a basement. Now you have the tab to yes, so we only have checked off as yes. This will show the properties that only have a basement. You could also click and put no as well. So maybe you have a mix of both, or you could just yes or no is fine too. Going down to the next one, we have baths. You can set the minimum amount of bathrooms that we would like. You could always say just 2 for right now. No max. You don't have to put in a max if you don't want to, but this is where you would put 3 or 4 if that's the max amount of bathrooms your client wanted. Bedrooms, I'm going to assume that my client wants a minimum of 3 bedrooms, but this is all information you'd be asking your client anyway, getting a better idea of what they actually want. But maybe they're also not really sure what's on the market, and you want to just keep it broad. So you don't want to be too selective until you get further on down the line with them. The more time you spend with the client, the more information you get. You could be a little bit more selective so that they're not just getting sent a bunch of listings. But if they really don't know what they want yet, maybe you do want to keep it broad. Community living, You can check this off if you want to. I'm not going to do that. Again, you want to ask your client whether or not they would like to be in a community, have a community living style of home. Listing price. I'm going to say my client has healthy budget of 400,000, and they don't want to go more than 550,000. Rooms, you can do a minimum amount of rooms for the house. I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to assume, since they're looking for a bunch of different towns, that they're not, totally into just being in one section or subdevelopment, but we could always add that into this particular section. Status date, we won't worry too much about that right now. Style, total acreage. Again, this just goes way more in detail than I want to at this current time. But I think you guys get the hint. So we'll just assume it's ready to search. Now, if you just hit search, it's just going to come up with the list of properties. But we want to do an automatic email setup. So we're going to click that over here at the top. We're going to name this automatic email setup, which I'll just do the perceived name of the client, and just a simple search. You can name this whatever you want, though. I'll assume that I'm sending these to myself, so I'll just say Essex County properties for Jason. Next step. This is where you can actually add the contact if you don't have them in the system already. If you do, you can always select from a contact that you already have. I'll just say, I'm going to send it to this email. So it'll be ready to set up to this email, and you can add multiple people, multiple emails, and whatnot. Next step. This is the auto email setup, the third choice. So at the top, you could say new and change listings. So anytime they're brand new to the market, anytime they have it changed, like if it goes from active to under contract, active to sold and whatnot, that's where you would, do this. But most people are going to just want to see the new properties at first. But you could also just send them all listings as well. So anything that's active, anything in that search range. But for right now, we'll just stick to new and changed listings. Activation, this is where you actually click, say, on. So you could go back through these automatic emails, and when you do go back to them under the management tools to manage the automatic emails, this is where you check off after you do find the property that they're looking for. Frequency really depends on how often your clients want the properties. I know if we're looking for properties for my clients, most of them want them right away. So I would just say daily. But if you have a client that's they're not really looking to move until 3 to 6 months, or maybe 6 months to a year, maybe you'd want to hit them with an email weekly or bi-weekly so that they don't unsubscribe for your emails. But I'm just going to assume that this particular client, me, is going to want to see these properties immediately. So the included emails it has right here, you can add emails as well. I like to see myself on the emails coming through. So if the client does say hey, Jason, I really want to see that property, I at least know which property that they're talking about. Or you can copy yourself down here. Read receipt, so you can check it off so you can see when they've actually viewed it, which is helpful. Email format. It's just going to be how it comes across. If it's HTML, that's going to be the web browser view that you click a link to. I think that comes off a little bit better. You can experiment with both. I don't like just the plain text personally, so I like the and it'll describe it right here. As the name suggests, the format displays information in text form only without images. Again, that's not very helpful. HTML, this format displays not only text but may include links, special typefaces, images. It just looks cleaner. I always choose HTML. Subject. So this is the name of the search. I could just say homes for Jason in the subject line. Initial message, I would type, "Hi, Jason. these emails. I've set you up automatic emails for the properties that fit your criteria in the various towns you are interested in. You emails every time a new property is listed. Every time a new property is listed. Subsequent messages for this particular one, I say, "Hi Jason, take a look at this property and let me think." Again, this MLS is great because you can make it completely customizable. You can create your signature in here as well. And these are the reports to attach, so make sure that you actually check this off. This is pretty much the most important thing. So for your clients, you definitely want client full. You can do client CMA with client full, different flyers and photos, and definitely experiment with these. But for the most part, client full should be more than enough for your client that's actually looking for these properties. Some of these automatic email searches might be better if, again, you're sending sold properties to a potential lister. But for what we're going to be sending our clients, client full is perfect. Then after you're done, we're going to hit save. I'm not going to bother saving it because I don't want these emails sent to me personally. But that's how you would go about actually setting up and creating these automatic emails. And now we're back to the first page. You could always go to email logs, views, view exports. Like, you can check your automatic email logs through here. I don't have anything set up right now, but if you did, then you could always cancel through there after you do find the property for your client. So that'll conclude today's video for going over automatic emails. Hopefully that helped you be able to set those up for the future. If you have any additional questions or concerns, definitely reach out. Thanks.